Alright, welcome everyone. We are drafting some more Duskmourn here on Arena. I thought last draft was going to be my last Duskmourn draft. Turns out, there was no early access, so instead of Foundation's early access, we're going to get one more Duskmourn draft in for this set. Season reset, so we're at Platinum. I expect everybody we play be at Platinum or Gold. It's pretty early in the season. Anyway, let's see. Man, this pack's really bad. I think the best card is Drag to the Roots. I think that's going to be my take, too. Nothing on the top row really excites me. Nothing's really good enough to just say I'm going to build around that, even Enduring Tenacity. Just not something I want to build around. Maybe the Demon would be closest, or Savior of the Small, but even then, not really. I'd much rather take the stronger removal card and hopefully wheel one of these weaker black cards like the Rat or the Leech. Maybe even Manifest Dread would wheel, but probably not since it's the only green card in the pack. But I'd be pretty happy with Leech or Rat to follow up Roots, but not the pack one pick one you necessarily want to see, but it's not bad. I mean, removal is good. I don't think I'm going to take the Demon. Piggy Bank is the best card here. And you should definitely stay open. Piggy Bank's quite good for Delirium. Drag to the Roots is technically a Delirium card, so we could end up going Jund or something. Glimmer Burst is probably the next best card here. No good green cards in the pack, so I'm just going to take the Piggy Bank. Let's see where that goes. Ooh. This is a good choice. Well, we can stay with Jund and take, like, Monstrous Emergence or Coordinated Clobbering. Or we can just take the best card in the pack, which is Midnight Mayhem. If we take Midnight Mayhem, we're basically saying, Drag to the Roots, you were a pack one, pick one. I don't need you. Maybe we'll end up aggro, and I do think, like, this early you should take the Mayhem over the green spells, because, like, even though the green spells with Drag to the Roots is pretty good, we do have a shot at a good aggro deck still, so just take the best card for the first few picks. Punished. Drag to the Roots number 2 shows up right on time. Well, just because we took Midnight Mayhem doesn't mean it's incorrect to take Drag to the Roots now. I'm going to take second Drag to the Roots. There's really nothing else there except for Meat Locker. Alright, so there's kind of a Jund theme in this pack. There's also a little bit of blue, but I'm not seeing any blue cards that, like, make you jump up and say, yeah, blue's open. So it's really either Hand That Feeds or Coordinated Clobbering. Or we could take the land, even. Wow. This is a tough pick. In some ways, I think the land's best. But maybe it's too early to take Fixing. Like, I might not even end up in red, right? I think Coordinated Clobbering's just good enough removal to justify it over the Fixing at this point, since I am so unsure of where I want to go. And if we're lucky, I mean, it could wheel. I've seen crazier things happen. To a Thresher. Huge reward for going green. Another Fixer for white. There's really good white cards here. In fact, I could end up just slamming the Twins instead of Thresher and being red-white, but double Drag to the Roots and Clobbering is kind of too good to ignore. So I think Thresher's just a little bit safer. Into a Flesh Burrower. Safer than Playmate, since we don't know if we're going to be red. It's a lot of green cards. This is going to be an awkward sign. There's no way around it. Even if I took a green card, I can't cut green from my left with this pack. So I actually think this is the time where I'm going to take the land, because I know I want to play this Drag to the Roots. So if I play green-red, I will splash black for both Drag to the Roots. This is where this Fixing is appropriate to take it over the other cards. Okay, we wheeled the Rat and the Leech. I'm going to take Rat, but it's a great sign for black for us. That's huge. Demon wheeling. think there were 2 demons, so 1 wheeling is not a surprise. Awesome land wheeling. Okay. Some Jund. You know, Cultist is playable. I don't have any 3-drops. Wow, wow, wow. The red-green land we almost took over Coordinated Clobbering, Wheeled, and the red-white. Okay. This is why, early on, take the good playables first, and then assess your fixing later. We could take another Mayhem here. Surgical Suite's pretty great. Or we just take Toby. I think Toby is, well, quite good. I would splash for Toby. We already have a red-white fixer, which means Mayhem and Toby together could be a thing. You know, Mayhem triggers Toby's flying ability for tokens immediately the turn after you land it, so it's quite good, even though it's a little awkward since we're so invested in green-black, but Toby's too good to pass, and I'm not missing out on much. Our fixing's pretty good. For a deck that has no gems and no centipedes, our fixing's pretty stellar. This is a very difficult pick. Okay. Painter Studio is kind of disgusting with Mayhem. Nowhere to Run is quality removal. Same with Glassworks. We could just take the Head Shredder, which I think is the best card. I don't think green was particularly open, but I do like this card. I have no ways to get back permanents yet. I have no Under the Skins. I want to pick up some Under the Skins if we have Head Shredder, but it's really between Painter Studio or Head Shredder. I guess red is still very much on the chopping block. I mean, we have tons of red fixing, but I could just end up Abzan. I'm going to take the Shredder because I don't see myself leaving green, and maybe we'll wheel one of these other great cards. Okay, Unholy Annex. Ritual Chamber is kind of busted. We're having to pass some very good cards. During Courage is kind of gross, but yeah, the Annex is better. We could have had 3 Mayhems. Do I want to take Mayhem? There's nothing else here in this pack. We're just missing out on a Rat or a Terramorphic Expanse. I don't think that's a huge deal. We could get more fixing. If we get more fixing, this is definitely a 4-color deck. I'm going to take the Mayhem. Yeah. Huh. Another good pack. So, Nowhere to Run, Egotist, Dragonfire, Nowhere to Run fits our deck best. That's around the corners. Great fixing. I have 0 manifest. I have 1 manifest. The Rat doesn't really count. Could just take the Emerge. I'm willing to try the threats and see if we can get there on the manifest. That way we could just splash for Toby. I mean, we don't even need to play red. We could just be Abzan. It's a shame, though, because all of our fixing is in red. Murder looks pretty good here. I do want to move into a heavier black deck because we have the Ritual Chamber. And getting a 6/6 demon on turn is pretty important. So, black removal is good. 8th Pig Crypt. I am a big fan of this card. I'm especially a big fan with Toby on the board. Yeah, it's got to be Crypt. Would have considered the land as well. This threats looks real bad. Yeah, I'm going to take the Keys to the House over the Manifest Dread as well here. This can lock the demon side so I can remake a demon in case they kill it. I also have the 5/4 demon as well. It's nice to have more than just one demon in your deck when you're running the Unholy Annex. Shroud Stomper wheeled out of the Insano pack, which is fine with me because we are probably moving into the Abzan anyway. In some sort of recursion. I'll take Chandelier. It's definitely playable. I'm not sure we need it yet. Rat's great. Okay. If threats comes around, the inspector will be playable. We'll just have to see what pack 3 does for threats. Egotist last pick's kind of disgusting. Okay, well, I do want that Final Vengeance, but we do have to take this Worm instead. Worm is so much better than Final Vengeance, but Final Vengeance is one of my preferred removal spells in the set, so I'm hoping that wheels. I don't think it will. We need the other black person at the table to take the Enduring Tenacity over it. Maybe even a Bloodseeker needs to get taken over it, so there's a chance it wheels. It's not very high. A removal. Yeah, we have 5 spells. We don't need the Vengeance, but I still would like if it wheeled just for exile purposes, you know? None of our other stuff exiles. So. What a pick. I think Hovership is the best card, but I don't think it's best in this deck. I don't think double white is something I want. As good as this is, double white just is not something I want. Not on a 3-drop at least. We take Crypt, hope the land wheels. Lean more into Toby. Get more tokens. Brood Spinner, finally. Some other good cards, but Brood Spinner is a big pickup. This pack has nothing for me. Not even the land's good. Specialist or Storyteller. I think Specialist is the better card than Storyteller, but I guess if I'm only going Abzan, Storyteller might make the deck. Horde Vigor is also a consideration, right? I mean, just bad options. I guess with the vehicle, Storyteller's not terrible. Alright, here's where I'm going to make a smart pick. I think the Beastie Beatdown is the better card. And I think there's still a possibility we play red, yes. I know it's been in my sideboard for a while, but I am still looking at it like, you know what? It's still very good. But I think we need to take this land over the Beastie Beatdown. We have enough playables. What we need is fixing. Zealot is fantastic. I will definitely take that. You know, and with that, it is definitely possible we play this red. Piggy bank too. Okay. So, I'm going to slam this piggy bank over the Glimmer Light, I think, and say, yeah, for fixing. We're going to go for the token win con, which means the threats around every corner. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I don't have enough Manifest Dread, so Flesh Burrow is good, but we're not going to be able to play the Manifest deck. Ooh, Final Vengeance wheeling. How nice. Land wheel 2. Sorry, Beastie. This is a beautiful, beautiful land. Wow. Monstrous Emergence coming around. Horde Vigor came around anyway. Okay. Really interesting draft. I think our token win con's better than our manifest fixing. I have never ran a 4 or 5 color deck in the set with 0 gems and 0 centipedes, and I'm about to do it, and it looks good. I'm counting my mana. It looks great. It's fine. I've just never done it this way. So we're on an adventure together here. No threats, no gems, no centipedes. No problems. Kind of running a weird Delirium deck that doesn't have Delirium. Yeah, I think we're just making like tokens with Toby and going aggro. I mean, is that right? Probably have to cut the Egotist to maybe one of these cultists. I actually think I need to cut some removal too. Maybe too much removal. Oh, this is a really interesting choice. Okay. I mean, it's a good choice to have. But I don't think I need 7 removal spells, so Clobbering's probably the worst of the ones we have with our current deck. I don't think I want to cut either Crypt, just because with Toby, the tokens, the flying is real. I think I need to cut down on white to make my 2-drop pigs. This would be a John base splashing white heavily. Shroud Stomper is actually the most awkward card in this entire build, but you know, we could go double rat threats and just cut all the red. I think we should take a look at that real quick to make sure we're not making a mistake. And look at our Abzan build. It's kind of a shame because the Abzan is where we start bringing in the manifest fixing. And all of our fixing is in red, but I mean, this deck is slower. The rats trading off, they don't really trade off, right? They just buy time. I think the pigs are better than double rats, even with the fixing from threats and the extra manifest. I actually legitimately feel like the pigs are so much better than the rats that I'm willing to go 4 color instead of 3 just to get the pigs on turn 2. I mean, and if you think about the treasures, like the same amount of fixing as threats would be giving us anyway with the rats. Just run it like this. I think I like this more. It's a rare instance where the 4-color deck is the more aggressive deck. But I think the Abzan deck is a little bit slower than this 4-color one. And I like how this one looks considering the mayhems we get. I mean, this is a real interesting build. I think it's good. We have 7 green, 7 black, 5 red, 4 white, but then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to fix. 5 if you count the shredder. I mean, it checks out to me. Let's go for it. It's a start hand. Hopefully they don't exile my pig. Ooh, nice. Actually, let's lead on that one. This way, when we play our tap land on turn 3, we can still play out our Flesh Burrower. Go here. I don't think they'll offer the trade, but if they do, we'll take it. Ooh. Must have a trick. They didn't. That's kind of shocking. Okay. I think the play is still just Flesh Burrower. I have never played against Winter. Am I dead? Being each upkeep. No, just his upkeep. I draw a card. 2 cards. Then I discard at the end. I mean, this doesn't add to their delirium. I mean, is this card a problem? Or do I like this? Do I want to draw more cards? Might actually help me more than hurt me. I could always Final Vengeance it, but I just don't feel like I need to. So I think I'm just gonna race Winter, and if they get Delirium, they do, and I'm just gonna be happy about it. Right? I mean, this is just so awkward. Thank you for the 2 cards. I mean, with Shroudstomper in hand, I want to draw as many cards as possible. I'm not upset about this. Yeah, that's fine. In fact, I'm wondering, do I just want to Final Vengeance the Beastie? I kind of do. And then we can just race, right? I mean, this is totally worth using my treasure token for, I think. I'm going to draw enough cards anyway. I'm going to hit my land drops. This is just a good turn. Incredible. What an interesting game. Like I said, I've never played against Winter. I've never seen somebody play Winter not unlimited. This is kind of insane. Okay. I mean, I guess I should surveil first. Oh, I could put Head Shredder out and then surveil lands to the grave and get them on the board. That might be better, right? I mean, it means we're not doing Drag to the Roots, but like I said, I'm not too concerned about Winter being on the board at all. Yep, value. So double removal spell next turn. I think I offer a trade here. I think that's fine. They could get, you know, Delirium off of this Manifest. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Okay, they're gonna get 2 Manifests here. So they'll probably definitely hit Delirium. Actually, they hit it with the instant anyway. It's fine. That was good for us. So I'm gonna need to discard down to 3. I'll need to discard down to 2. That's fine. I mean, we'll draw more lands, right? So Shroud Stomper, and I guess I'll keep the Crypt. This is actually a tough choice. I'm definitely keeping Drag. But I think you could make the argument of keeping the Crypt or the Shroud Stomper. I don't think it really matters either way. Decking themselves faster than they're decking me. Also a thing. It's like they're not playing enough cheap spells with their winter. Like, I think ideally you're just a much more aggressive deck than what they've been, right? Oh, that's a pretty good one. Okay. Imagine they're gonna kill the Brood Spinner. They might kill my Head Shredder in response here. That's fine. But I think I do need to put up a good blocker. Is not double removal. That's good. I wonder why they didn't just play out the Overlord as a creature. It's kind of a choice, wasn't it? Ooh. Ooh. That is really good. Because now we don't have to pay the ward on winter. I think it is time to get rid of winter. I can even do the worm as well this turn. So good. Let's push. No, there goes my NX. It's alright. We gotta land out of the deal. That's what we didn't get in draft. We didn't get an under the skin. That would have been really nice. Oh well, you can't have everything. It's fine. I mean, they're what, basically on double chump here? Ooh. Ooh. Shroud Stomper's pretty great too. Might be able to just kill them here with the trample though, depending on how they block. Goes Toby. Yep, I count lethal, don't you? Trample over for 3, hit him with the goblin. GG. Let's keep going. Okay. That red land was a great draw, actually. Let's go pig. Okay. I think because they have the Inspector, I'm gonna go with the 4-1 in case they manifest. That's a good sign. Drag to the Roots is pretty good too. Kind of at a weird stall here though. Nice. All right. I think I have a good attack. Burrower and Pig. Lead back the Cultist. Yeah, I'm not ready to trade my Cultist with a 1/1 token, am I? I'll wait though. I think I want to be mana efficient. Like if I know where to run, the turn's less mana efficient. And I'm not really in a rush to push in. Hopefully I'll draw like a 2-drop and we can go nowhere to run plus the 2-drop. That's the idea. Or at minimum now we can activate the 1 mana, bring your creature back. There's a 2-drop. Alright. I passed. To assume they have some trickery of their own. Let's do this. See what it is. Yeah, this is fine. I see. Okay. We can drag to the Roots that. Yeah, I actually think it's better to keep my Pig alive in this situation and eat the Inspector with nowhere to run and the Pig, and then drag to the Roots the Worm afterwards. It's the better play. I'm gonna do this now. They're tapped out. They're playing blue. They could have counters, all sorts of nonsense. I just can't afford to get blown out by that. I kind of want to save this lab for something better. Like our demon, you know? But I guess it's just good enough. Get a Death Toucher back. I mean, because the worm's going to come back eventually, right? So I need Death Touch to kill it. Ooh. Ooh, that's a problem. guess I could hope that they block with their Fear of Isolation and then get it with discarding the forest. It's probably my best bet. See what they do. They did not fall for it. Oh. 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 It's fine. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I'm just going to play out land, keep all my spells, and, say go. Can always relock the lab to get back the demon. I don't think I'm supposed to force the Nowhere to Run out of hand, though. I think I'm just supposed to take 3 and race. And it was not a good draw. Okay, if they want to know where to run my 2/2 Death Toucher, they can. Maybe I should have forked it out last turn. I'm gonna have to do it this turn now. Not ideal. Yep. Jeez. Okay. So now I need to get removal for a Fear of Isolation, I think is... Or that. That still doesn't do it. Can't believe a 6/6 demon's not good enough. Now, at least it gains back the life I'm losing. Just won't be able to block with it. Toby's great. Let's go. This is where we turn it around. It's good news. No blocks. Oh man, really? That's alright. The good news is that we have keys to the house, we can get back a demon, we can unlock rooms. We got plenty of mana. We'll be okay. Do have delirium now though. For the worm. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. Okay. I think I just want to make a 6/6. I think the 6/6 is better on this board with nowhere to run than a 5/4. And they can't do both. They can't do worm and attack and hold open, nowhere to run. So if they play out the worm, the last card in hand has to be a land for that to work. That is good news. Okay. Do they have a monstrous emergence? Probably. I'm just gonna assume they have monstrous emergence. The 6/6 dead anyway. I think I have to try and race a little bit here. Just draw. They do. Okay. Need removal. I mean, they just know where to run my Death Toucher if I don't kill the worm. The Fear of Isolation is a slower clock. I can draw into removal faster than I can beat the 5 trample, so I'm going to go ahead and murder the trample even though I'm taking 3 this turn. I'm getting 2 cards a turn, so we have removal in the deck. Just gotta draw it. It's not it. That is definitely not it. It's extremely risky for them to go down to 2 here. I mean, I'm basically telling them I have a way to put a demon on the board. You're dead if you don't block Toby and the Death Toucher. So, the way I see it is, they'll probably block. That works for me. Whoa, they didn't know where to run? Seemed kind of crazy. No more land, please. Just any spell. Ooh, they bricked. Okay. Oh, that does it. Okay. How much mana do I have? Hold on, I gotta count this. I think I have enough to do both. I need 5, 11. 5, 7, 10, 11. Okay. I have enough black sources as well. I need 4 black sources. So we can start with the crypt. And we're going to discard this swamp as well. It can't kill their fear, but what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to resurrected cultists as well next turn. But they'll be pinged down to 2 here. This is why running an extra demon is so nice with the annex. Double trigger. Move to combat. They'll be at 1 life, so unless they have a way to push through extra damage next turn for lethal to 6 damage, I think this is absolutely GG. That was an intense game, really long. I mean, I guess they could get like Onslaught would save them. Even that doesn't really save them. No, Onslaught doesn't save them. Just don't block. One removal spell doesn't do it. 2 removal spells doesn't do it. Yep, GG. What a game. This hand is real sketch. I'm going to keep it and hopefully draw a 2-drop, but it is slow. We are on the draw. There's some risk here. We're missing 2 of our colors. Yeah. Hey, Brood Spinner is a perfect 2-drop in this situation to surveil. Knew our deck could do it. No more lands, please. Piggy can go, Drag needs to stay. Let's go ahead and block. It's fine. I think I'm supposed to do this just for mana efficiency. Get another surveil in, another look at some lands. One white land's a start. I don't think I need both. I wonder what they're thinking. Piggy and Grave followed by an off-color land. This is just pass, right? I mean, I guess I could just be mana efficient and activate the crypt. I don't really need to drag to the roots either of those targets. I'm okay with taking damage if they flip the 2/2 into something. You know, it's a 5/4. Man, this demon is looking really, really spicy. The real question is, how many cards am I going to discard? I think I'll take 3. Yep, it's fine. Oh, that's funny. Means they're tapped out. I'm gonna take the damage. Okay. I'm gonna keep the removal. I'm sure they have something larger than 2 toughness somewhere. Ooh, demon just wrecked them so hard. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. I'm a little nervous because they're passing. No, okay. Lots of passing. They have a centipede. Maybe they're missing a 3rd color. Yeah, they were. Okay. Well, this is an easy drag to the roots. You know, give my hand, I think emergence and getting in for an extra damage, putting them at 1. It's not exciting. I think it's right. I mean, what are they gonna do against this wide board? They'd have to have like, let's play a game, but even that's not good enough. We'll see. That's not gonna do it. That's also not going to do it. Oh. Huh. They had a final vengeance they discarded. Oh, they had 2. Yeah, it'd be awkward if you have no creatures to final vengeance away. GG. This is very borderline, but you keep it even though these green cards are here because you have nowhere to run and Final Vengeance. Both are castable. And we have 7 green sources, so pretty likely we'll get one, and once we have one, we have Zealot to get the other. So this is a keeper. Oh boy. I think I need to do this before they untap. There's so many protection spells in white and ways to pump that I don't want them to get a Surveillance. Just better to get rid of it now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Let's hope they don't have an exile. There's less trade, get the mana. Just less trade with the pig. That's all I want. That is exile. Okay. A little bit of greed going for the final, for the pig over Final Vengeance, and I'm taking 5 here for it. Ouch. Toby doesn't do anything for me there. I just end up trading off Toby. And the token, so. Yep. Gotta go with pig. Just really desperate for that green source here. That is so bad for us. Oof. Okay. Okay. That is not removal, but it is green source. I need removal for the Jolly Balloon Man. Still can draw 2 more cards. Yeah, I can draw 3 more cards. This is disgusting. Well, the aggro deck's pretty busted. It's quite good for us. Arabella is a coming. Murder. That will do just fine. I have to get rid of their card draw this turn. We play out Toby as well. Use up the treasure. Still in this. Arabella's not very good on their current board. We are just like 1 Midnight Mayhem away from dead. So. This is absolutely double trade. It's fine. Arabella, if only you had 2 toughness. Guess I'm discarding Worm, aren't I? Kill their face down 2/2. This is where we're at. That was a good one to kill. Woo! Oh. Okay. Let's not get too excited. That was a big deal. Can't believe they bricked. Let's get back Toby. I'm gonna hold off. It's fine. Still fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I mean, this is absolute trump, and then eat. They have surgical suite, and they have surgical suite. What can you do? Did they not think I would block that way? They seem a little shell-shocked, yeah. Okay. Felt like that was a pretty obvious block, but maybe not. Let's go Worm plus Toby. Well, actually, you know, we could start gaining life and drawing cards. That might be better, actually. But I think Toby is safer for 1 more turn. Gotta start pushing too. GG. Let's go. Beating the aggro deck. Actually, somebody asked me about aggro in this format, in the comments of my pre-release guide. And I told them, like, Arabella decks have not been winning at my LGS. It's a good example right there of why not. Good hand. Wish I had mana for the pig, but it's fine. I mean, we didn't even have a good start hand. We still were able to bring it back. Okay. You know, a red source would be pretty nice. This is super awkward. Thinking for a while. Ooh, we've been an analyst. That must be a very good creature to been an analyst. Here we go. Let's see what it is. It was a survivor. Wow, can I just stop drawing lands? It's kind of, incredible, right? How many lands I've drawn? Please. Game. I mean, at least give me a red land if you're gonna keep giving me lands. This is kind of troll. Yeah, it's bad. Unbelievable. Alright. Need a spell. Any spell. Removal will be great. Frustrated. Yeah. And they get a fresh grip. What are you gonna do? I mean, at least that works, right? Play out Shroud Stomper again. I just can't make it a 2/2. Which is fine. Draw me a good card. It's not great here. I have 0 creatures in my grave. They're going to tap down my Shroud Stomper. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 spells total. 4 which are castable. Good. Oh, we're just dead. That was not a game. I think that was more just flooding than color screw. I mean, obviously putting the pigs out would have helped, but not really. Not against a 9/7 it wouldn't have. That was a weird game. Alright, brush it off. Deck's still great. Let's keep going. That was a weird game, though. Oh. This looks quite nice. Is this Arena's way of saying I'm sorry? This is their way of sending flowers. With a sorry note. They knew what they did. Okay. Clearly they're playing a sacrifice deck. Yeah, just red-black. Alright. Oh, green. Need double red. It's kind of terrifying. I mean, in all honesty, they're probably just holding open a turn inside out. And I guess I'm okay with that and getting the treasure out of it. I can't imagine any other reason why they would stay back. Yeah. Okay. That beastie beatdown is super awkward. That doesn't do it. What a wasted card. Nice. Weird game. 4 mana and they play a 1/1. Wow. Okay. So like what, they have the enchantment that flashes in? Unreal. I don't know what to do. I mean, obviously maybe they're just playing like steal and sack, but I mean, I'm not adding to the board. I don't know what's in their hand, but all I know is it's completely dysfunctional. Onslaught's not dysfunctional. Okay. Onslaught's pretty good. Pretty good. Monstrous Emergence kind of stinks. Well. I guess we do this. Can we beat an Onslaught? At least it wasn't an Onslaught for 7. Or for 3, I guess. Ah, that makes more sense. Okay, so pig can go. Give me that treasure. Death Toucher can't block, which is fine by me. We'll drag to the roots after their attacks. I'll get a decision. See if they flip. They did not. Okay. I'm still gonna do this. What do we get? Ooh, a Slayer. Why did they flip that pre-combat? I guess they have a spell. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Right. We can do both. Get rid of their survivor. Then we just chill. Right? I mean, I don't need to get a pig back. We're okay. The Touchers tend to be pretty good. They were both Slayers. Oh my gosh. How do you hit 2 Slayers off of the same Onslaught? It's kind of nuts. Okay. That's a problem. Take a draw. Doesn't fix the problem, but it helps. I'm gonna stay back one more turn. Yep. Hold is pretty good. I think I'm gonna do this. I think waiting back for first strike is just a terrible idea. It's a good draw too. all good things there. Let's go ahead and get our Shroud Stomper back to hand. We'll be chumping with our Death Toucher or the 2/2. Be fine. It's a lot of threats. Actually, I wonder if going Unholy Annex plus the Ritual Chamber is better next turn. Might be. Okay. Let's move to combat. They know I have Shroud Stomper, so they know I can drain for 2. They have to block. Yeah, like that. So we're gonna live at 3. Actually, if I did pre-combat, would that have won? Did I just mess up? I might have messed up. That's alright. Whatever. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, even if they kill the demon, the Shroud Stomper lands. They die from the drain from the Shroud Stomper. I guess I have Worm on standby. Yeah, GG. We beat an Onslaught. Let's go. Five and 1. This hand's fine. We need the pig to give us our swamp. Or black source, I guess. Pig will do it. I'm so glad we decided to go with pigs over rats. Actually, I think that was the best deck building choice we made, even though that was a really hard one to make, you know, going into the 4 instead of 3. Unfortunate, but fine. But yeah, like, sometimes going into the 4 color is just where it's at, you know? I don't need the Shroud Stomper. Nowhere to run is fine. I don't know what our opponent's doing. I'm just gonna start pinging myself for 2 and drawing extra cards. I mean, eventually I will get second swamp. So, I think with our opponent doing nothing, taking 2 is fine. Yeah, they're off it. I mean, obviously they had a second color that they couldn't play. Right, we are going for the trophy. That is a really quick 6 and 1. See if we can close it out. These games have been actually pretty good on the average. That last game was not, but many of the other ones have been. This is a great start hand, except for the opponent is first yet again. I actually don't think I've been on the play very much at all this video, have I? Okay, they're curving out. I just think I like Flesh Burrow more than Brood Spinner here. I'm okay with trading with the role model. But with this hand, I don't actually care what I draw next, so this Veil a little bit later is probably better. I also fully expect this Flesh Burrower to get destroyed here. Okay. All right. Let's surveil. I think the worm is worth keeping here. Midnight Mayhem, though, is a bit far off. Let's do our tap land now. I wonder what they think seeing Midnight Mayhem in the bin with this board. I always wonder what people think when opponents do that. I mean, I just think good for them, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, even though they're going to get another surveil, this is fine. I have to start clearing off their board somehow before this worm drops. It's been 2 lands, eh? I think I'm willing to take some damage here. But their fungus is actually really annoying, isn't it? I have to just play out the Cadaver Lab side when I do. Maybe they'll pop the fungus sooner. All right, here we go. Let's trade here. Oh, very nice. Okay. I think it's a race, right? What are they up to? That's a very weird pass. I mean, if they had... Yeah, if they had like the white tapped creature removal spell, they would have used it. If they had the enchantment removal spell, they would have used it. I guess they could have... Well, no, that doesn't have flash. The 4-2 doesn't have flash. What's going on here? Why didn't they use that last turn? Oh, I guess they wanted to prevent me from having an attack if I got Delirium. I see. I see. Makes sense. Alright. I have to Cadaver Lab instead of Crypt because of the stupid fungus. This fungus is costing me a 2-2 here. I think I do want the worm back. Because now it doesn't have the finality counter, and I think I should play it. Yeah, for their last turn, that was their best thing. I should play it now. I want to be mana efficient here. kept my enchantment on the board. Bold move. It's good to see. Just exile that now. The great part is that fuels our delirium as well, so. Unless they exile our worm, we're in a really good spot here. Yep. No white mana. It's brutal. I mean, yeah, just putting it back out, right? I mean, in fairness, white is our color we have the least sources of, and Shroud Stomper is the most awkward card in our entire deck, but that's okay. I think we're still ahead, just barely. It depends what's in their hand. Yeah. Hand must be garbage. This is a lot of filtering through to find action. Oof. No. If we had a white source right now, it would just be GG. It's fine. So if they didn't hit a good creature. Okay, so that's how they are in the 6-in-1 bracket. Dissection Tools is pretty good. Glad we've been clearing off their board. White source off the top, untapped plains. I was about to say, if they attack him with that 2/2, untapped plains is so close to lethal. Let's go. Let's go. And I am going to make them trade off whatever's underneath that. With no other creatures on board, it gets rid of the lifelink, at least for now. And since this is a pretty good hit, the deck looks pretty great. That's not a creature. One more white source, and this Shroud Stomper is GG. I need to just not drop a creature. Can't really afford to attack any either. Nice. Okay. Okay. I have quite a few ways to ping them for 2. I'm supposed to get them down to 2, I think, even though it means one of our gremlins dies. This is lethal next turn. They need action. But if they equip up that dissection tools, I mean, I don't know how I come back from that. They need to break on creature. That takes away lethal. GG. Hopefully. Let's go. Alright, no tap removal. Let's go. GG. That's how we do it. Alright. Whew. Deck was scary. Alright, 7-1 with this 4-color, whatever this ended up being. Ended up being pretty good. Never got Toby going. In fact, there were a lot of cards that were in our deck that we just never really saw. We basically just went with like pigs and flesh burrowers, to be honest. It's not how I expected the deck to play out, but it was pretty good. I mean, good curve, good removal. GG. The crypts were pretty great. We never once saw our Workofolk Thresher in hand or in any game. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully next draft you see we'll be doing some foundations. See you next time.